Now, winning it off with the performance, this device has that Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 chipset, a quad-core CPU, an Adreno 530 GPU, and 4GB of RAM on each model of the phone. And I'll definitely tell you, I do think the performance of this phone is actually not that bad even now. I think it's actually a pretty decent performing phone when it comes down to it. Now, it's definitely not like the best performing phone by any means, and I don't even think it was the best performing phone of 2016. I would probably give that to either the Note of that year or to the iPhone, the iPhone 7 Plus. But I think for, things you're going to do with this phone, depending on your usage, you're either going to have a pretty okay experience or you're probably going to complain about it, to be honest. So with the, lighter apps, phone calls, texts, whatever, it's going to be fine. Heavier kind of apps like, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever the case is, I think you're going to be perfectly fine there too for the most part. But the whole entire UI is very glitchy. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to go and do something with this phone, you're going to have a pretty glitchy experience. It's not a smooth experience by any means. And I really do have to attribute that to LG's UI. I think because there's just so much going on with their software, it really does hinder the performance quite a bit. And it's almost like, if you get this phone, you're almost succumbed to the software. That is the biggest problem with it. Even in the performance standpoint, there's a problem with the software. So I would definitely tell you when it comes down to that, that's one area if I could change about this phone, it'd be the software because the performance would be better. But even heavier intensive games and stuff, like super heavy games, you're going to run into problems there too. It's not going to be like an amazing experience, but it's probably going to be okay for a lot of people. So that's kind of how I would kind of sum up the whole entire performance standpoint. It's really not that great anymore, but I think the biggest problem is the software more so than anything else. So in terms of that pretty much covers up the performance standpoint. Now to kind of